kingdom, man. Anytime Esau, so-called white man, allows one of our people to be like a representative, they're all degenerates, man. Malcolm X was a Mason. Martin Luther King, he was a Mason. All right. I think Marcus Garvey was a Mason. So you've got no heroes. One guy that used to have that channel on YouTube, he said, "Stop looking for heroes. There is none." And it's true. The only one we have is Yahweh Shai, which means savior. That's his job to save us. Because let's just say Malcolm X completed his mission, all right, and we got liberated and all that. Our mindsets have not been changed, so it would have crumbled anyway.
Well, that wasn't really the deal of the law. That wasn't really the, I mean, you know, you had guys that are set up to stir up Jake, to get Jake, you know, in the right sort of state of mind, but they weren't the guys to do it.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, brother. I got the word. The word there was.
That comes as well in Black History Month.
I don't cut you, brother. I gotta read this. This is Tahawa, right? Tahawa.
It's Isaiah 24:10.
Yeah. It says formlessness, confusion, unreality, emptiness, formlessness of primeval earth, nothingness, empty space, that which is empty or unreal, of idols. And in a sense, America is going to be a no-life. Okay? So when you look up that word confusion, the word, it means formlessness or emptiness, because it's empty. Really, when you really look at these Western countries, they're really empty spiritually. There's no substance to where there's an actual form. All right, you have all of these different parties, these different, you know, ways of philosophies and all of that. So you have people in one society that have different belief systems. That's a destroying of one form. Okay? You've destroyed the form of that particular thing when you have division. All right? You have chaos. It also says a place of chaos. And it is a place of chaos.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
That comes as well in Black History Month. They never tell you about Jesus Christ being a black man. They always tell you about other. They always tell you. Yeah, they always tell you about other people like black heroes, but they never tell you about the most.
Yep.
They could never say that, brother. They wouldn't dare say that. That's one of the things that they would not say. All right. Now, if they say that the Lord is a so-called black man, they'll do it in a more of what is it? What's the word I'm looking for, man?
A joke kind of thing.
Yeah, they'll do it in a joke sort of way, so that you don't actually see that it's actually true. What's the word, man? What's that particular word?
Sarcastically?
No. I could use the word symbolically. That's the right word to use. Subliminal.
Oh.
They will show you what they will say on the media that the Lord is a so-called black man, but they will say it in more of a subliminal way. Okay, they won't say it, they won't tell you it straightforwardly, because then that's gonna wake up the whole entire world. They don't want that. Right? They want the world to get hit to the lies there. That's how Esau rules the earth. It's based on lies. So he won't tell you the truth straight like that. Oh no. Go on, brother.
So I said that? Yeah. Do you remember there was a time the apostles talked about it as well. What's that woman, Megyn Kelly? She's on CNN or something like that.
Yeah.
And she said, listen kids, Santa Claus is white and Jesus is white.
Yeah.
When she said that, man.
That was Fox News she was on.
Yeah, Fox News.
Yeah,
the apostles did a video on it as well. And then they had a little panel, and this Israelite woman, black woman, she said, St. Nicholas of Myra was black, all right? He was from the Monday Czech Republic back then, and the Messiah was a man of color. Even a cracker said that, man. He made it not as a joke. He said the Messiah, Jesus, was a so-called black man, and she got a lot of backlash from that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So listen, they're not going to come out and tell you straightforward that he's a so-called black man.
Yo, pull that out, brother. Pull that out.
It's not in their interests.
Yeah.
Because that will. Same with, you know what, this guy's cunning. Same with the Northern Kingdom. Many people don't know that they went into slavery in ships too. The white man's hid it so he can divide us, basically. Because if we all knew we went through that, we'll come together, you see. This man's cunning. Very cunning.
Well, the way that he did it, the way that he conquers is divide. He conquered. That's why you have the term divide and conquer. Where does that go back to? That goes back to the so-called white man. Because he rules by deception. He deceives you into thinking that you're this and you're really not that. Okay? Anyway, brother, let's keep going.
Isaiah 9 and 5, for every battle of war is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Right, so this particular war is going to be burning with the fuel of fire. So what is going to propel those missiles to go from A to B? Fuel, right? And when you look at that word fuel, it also means food. In other words, people are going to be fueled for the fire. We're including on that. You see that? So that's how the city of confusion is going to be broken down. Or formless state, or a formless city. Which when you look at it spiritually, it is formless. Okay, because the people don't see the same thing. They don't see eye to eye. They see, one sees another thing and the other sees another thing. So it's just all confusion. So much to the point where you have families that are breaking apart because of all of these different ideologies. One believes in this and one believes in that. You know, go on, brother.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, because this truth is going to break up families. Matthew 10.
Well, I wasn't talking about that, brother.
Oh, see, it's that.
Yeah, get me, let me see what else you need. Yeah, go back to Isaiah 34.
Isaiah 34, yeah. Ah, okay, yeah.
Not Isaiah 34, 31.
Oh, 31.
Yeah.
What verse is it?
Let's start with verse 4.
Verse 4. Isaiah 31, verse 4. For thus hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as a lion and a young lion roaring on his prey, when the multitude of shepherds is called forth against him. He will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself to the noise of them.
Right. So in other words, excuse me. In other words, the Lord is not going to be under submission because of the power and authority of Esau. He's going to subdue Esau completely. In other words, they're going to do they're going to do that. They're going to submit and be scared. Okay, it tells you that in the scriptures. And I believe it's in the Apocrypha how the Lord is going to stir them up to fight. They're not going to want to fight, but the Lord is going to propel them to fight. So they're going to be pretty much declaring submission. Go on.
So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion.
Right, so he's going to come down to fight for Mount Zion. What is Mount Zion? Mount Zion is another way of saying Israel. We're the Israelites that he's going to fight for. Okay, go on.
And for the hill thereof.
And for the hill, because we're going to be the highest hill above all hills. The Lord also likens people unto hills. There's a scripture where it says, why leap ye high hills? Somebody get me that, brother. Matter of fact, yeah, finish that. I'll get it.
Isaiah 31 verse 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts
68 verse
defend Jerusalem.
You read that?
Right? Isaiah 31 verse 5.
Yeah.
As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem.
Right, as birds flying, so shall the Lord defend Jerusalem. In other words, the Lord is going to come in an angelic fashion, and he's going to come with his other angels in the midst, and he's going to defend his people, the elect, the nation of Israel. So these are prophecies that are going to come. It's going to happen. And meanwhile, at the same time, we have to also include that when the Lord comes back, the so-called white man, he's going to be destroyed in his whole entire enterprise. We have to include that. Okay? That's just the bottom line. That's the end all be all. So keep going.
Right. Himself for the noise of them, so shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion.
The Lord of hosts is referring to the angels or the powers.
And for the hill thereof. as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem.
Right. No, it says the Lord of hosts. He's the Lord of the powers, the angels.
Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over,
In passing over, going,
he will preserve it.
he will preserve it. So we're going to be preserved from the, the lake of fire. That's why it says in Revelations that we looked down, did we? We looked down and we saw that America was, it looked that it was a lake of fire. So we passed over the destruction. This is what Isaiah is prophesying. So as it states in the scriptures, it says that his word will not go without void, right? My word shall not return to me void, but shall accomplish that which I shall please. How is that going to happen? By the Lord. The Lord is going to use men to activate certain prophecies, bring these things to life, so that the Lord can do what he got to do on the side. Okay? Go on, bro.
To continue or?
Yeah. No, you hold what you got, because I told you to get something now.
Psalms chapter 68 verse 16. Why leap ye high hills?
Right.
This is the hill which the Most High desireth to dwell in.
Right. Why leap ye high hills? This is the hill that the Lord desires to dwell in. And that's referring to Mount Zion. So go back and read about the hill, brother.
Oh, Isaiah 31, yeah?
Yeah. What verse was you reading before?
Isaiah 31, verse 4.
Go read verse 3.
Verse 3, yeah? Isaiah 31, verse 3. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh.
No, go to 4. Read 4 again.
4.
I don't think you was reading 3.
Isaiah 31, verse 4.
Yeah.
For thus hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as a lion and a young lion roaring on his prey, when the multitude of shepherds is called forth against him. He will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them.
Right, go on.
So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion,
Okay, go on.
and for the hill thereof.
For the hill thereof. So now let's read Psalm 68 again. Let's read that again.
Psalm 68 verse 16.
So what hill is he talking about? Go on.
Why leap ye high hills? This is the hill which the Most High desireth to dwell in.
Right, so isn't Esau a high hill? Because he dwelleth high, right? All of them other nations, they had a kingdom and they dwelt on high. So that's why it's saying, why leap ye high hills? This is the hill that the Lord deals with, okay, which is the nation of Israel. In other words, Mount Zion. Read on.
Yea, the Lord will dwell in it forever.
Yea, the Lord will dwell in it forever. It tells you that in the book of Daniel 7, how we're going to have an everlasting kingdom. Great Britain is not that kingdom. America is not that kingdom. France is not that kingdom. And that's why this world has time left on it. Okay, the so-called white man's rulership, you got a precept?
Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Right, because it's going to come a time where it's going to be without. It's going to go to hell. When you read about the city of Capernaum, mentioned in the New Testament, where it spoke about how it was a prosperous city, and then it went to hell. What did it mean when it went to hell? Meaning it was destroyed. All right, that city declined and it was physically destroyed. It went down. The word hell is referring to the word grave. The Hebrew word shawa'al, which means grave. I had to correct myself there. You know, so when you read the scripture and it speaks about a particular city or a particular somebody that's going to go to hell, in other words, it means they're going to go down. So let's read on.
Sit on the ground, there is no throne.
See, it's telling you right there, sit on the ground, there is no throne. Who sits on the throne? The king sits on the throne, right? Yep. So the so-called white man, he's going to be without no power. His power structure is going to be destroyed. All right, and the main people that are in power that I have to really pinpoint here is the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Vanderbilts, all of these royal families. They're the ones that's sitting on high and stealing a part of the birthright from all of their what is it? Their other brothers out there. Okay? Got them as servants and so on and so forth. Go on, brother.
O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah.
Take the millstone and grind meal.
Right, it says take the millstone and grind milk. Go on.
O uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
Right.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Right. So before the Lord gets ready to bring the floodgates of hell to America, it has to be exposed for what it is. And we've already reached to that point where it's being exposed. Okay? We see the skullduggery, we see the filthiness and the nastiness that have been going about for so many years. It's now coming out to the plans and the agenda of the elite. So everything's coming out. And it's been out. So now it's going to be about that opportune time for the Lord to lay low these cities. America included, Great Britain, and all of these different vile nations, man. Go on, brother.
Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a
I
man.
will not meet thee as a man. And we can go back to Isaiah, what is it, Isaiah 63 about that. How is the Lord going to come back? Is he going to spread love and give everyone daisies and everyone's going to gather together and sing, oh, we should overcome and all of this nonsense? No. The Lord is going to do the quite contrary. Right? If you're not right in the eyes of the Lord, you're going to be fueled for the fire, man. That's what's coming down the line. Okay, there's no ifs or buts about it. It's just coming down the pipe. Go on, brother.
Yeah, because hell is a condition on earth. We're in hell right now, man. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 13. Therefore my people have gone into captivity.
Right, says, therefore my people have gone into captivity. So if we're gone into captivity, going back to what the brother is saying, because I was dealing with that point too, but I went somewhere else, right? We would be in hell. Any nation that's in captivity, they would be in hell. A lower basic state, like we are right now. We're the lowest nation on the in terms of the economics.
Right.
So what would that mean? That would mean that we're in hell, right? We're subdued under the nation of Esau. That means we'll be in hell. So, like the brother said, hell is a condition. Hell is not a place where you burn in fire. You burn underneath the earth on fire for all the days long. They ain't talking about that, man. That's all nonsense and dogma from the Roman Catholic institution. Go on, brother, which the Christians take hold of, and many other philosophies did, such as Islam. Go on.
Because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished,
Right.
and their multitude is dried up with
Right, and
thirst.
their multitude is dried up with thirst. They're in need. It says in Deuteronomy 28, it says, for the one of all things, you should get it from your enemies. That's the state that Israel's living in right now. We are the Israelites. We're living in that state right now. So that's hell. That's another way of saying we're in hell.
Isaiah 5 verse 14. Therefore hell have enlarged herself,
Right, it says hell have enlarged itself. Go on.
and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory and their multitude and their pomp, and he have rejoiceth shall descend into it.
Right, and he that rejoices shall descend unto it, because they laughed when we went down to hell. Now, like I'm going to say again, when you look at the state of our people, they're in hellish conditions. Broken families, not reasonable parents that can't really raise his kids the right way, don't really know what to teach them, and all of these other things, all right? And that's all contributing to the state that we're in. All right, when you look at the nation of Israel, they're a divided nation. But I have to be honest, gradually and slowly they're coming together to this truth. Okay, that's what's preparing us as a nation, beginning with the elect, which is the nation of Israel. So read on.
Therefore hell have enlarged herself, and opened her mouth without measure.
Right, what is this hell talking about? The lower condition. Because the reason why the pastors will say, well, you're gonna burn in hell because you ain't paying your tithes in church or doing whatever it is that you're doing in church. They saying that because they want you to stay in that church. So they'll read scriptures and say, look, see, you're gonna go to hell. You're gonna burn in hell. They'll say that to scare you. That's a scare tactic.
Yeah.
The whole understanding of hell, what they're bringing to you, comes from the Greek. It's Greco. It's what you call Greek philosophy. Greco and Greek philosophy. All right, that's all it is. And when you look up the term hell in the Greek, word there is Hades. Now, when you go back to the word Hades, Hades will then refer you or lead you to the three gods of hell. All right, and we can show you that later on. So the hell that they telling you that they put fear in your house about don't exist. Okay, it is not scripture. It's not in the Bible. We don't teach that nonsense, man. Any Israelite group that's teaching this hell nonsense that the Christians are teaching, they going off, man.
So that's Greek mythology.
Right, Greek mythology. That's what it is. It's a myth. The whole concept of hell you're going to burn in hellfires, that's Greek mythology that the Roman Catholics took and pretty much gave it to them other churches that came out of the Roman Catholic Church, such as Islam, such as Christianity. May I go on? Go on, brother.
All the
Say something.
So yeah, all the other denominations. It started with the Council of Nicaea.
Right.
Once we took over the Roman Empire, that's why they call it the Holy Roman Empire.
Right.
Because we established Christianity. But you know what was happening at the time? We were fighting each other. You had bishops who had one huge following, and you had another bishop. This is in Europe, all right, in Rome and so forth. So Constantine did a council of Nicaea,
right,
and he said to teach one doctrine,
right,
and that doctrine was that hell doctrine. It's called
right,
purgatory, where if you don't obey God or your rulers, you're going to burn in hell. And he said, I want a peaceful kingdom.
right.
So teach them that.
And that's it, really, ultimately, that's where they got it from.
That's where they got it from.
They got it from the Nicene Council, because the Nicene Council, what they did was they used the scriptures and put their little spin to it. And the spin was what you get today, Christianity. That's the spin, because Christianity has nothing to do with the gospel that was taught 2,000 years ago. Has completely nothing to do with it. Okay, what they did was they put their spin to it. And that's what you get Christianity today. Go on, brother.
It's true.
So you know that. So what you gotta understand, all of those different agents out there that are trying to go up against us with their doctrine, using Christianity to do so, you can't use a lie-based dogma or doctrine to come up against the truth. You can't do it. All right, it's a waste of time, and it's not going anywhere. And I believe that them guys were set up to do just that. Because what Esau really wants to do is to stop this truth. You ain't gonna stop this truth, man. That's why it's known as the truth.
Right.
You can't stop truth. The truth is always constant, and it's surrounding us. The truth is equivalent to oxygen. You can't destroy the breath you can't destroy the air that you breathe.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no doing away with it, man. So Esau's wasting all of his mind, power, and knowledge, and it's gonna go to no avail. It's a waste of time. Trying to get us off the streets, it's a waste of time, man. All right, go on, brother.
It's like the videos as well. They're doing things. On the news yesterday, it talked about Facebook. They've banned Tommy Robinson. You know that EDL guy? You know that guy that was for the EDL and he's against Islam, whatever.
All right.
But yeah, they banned him. And one woman on there who worked for Facebook, she says that certain posts, like Hebrew Israelites, right? They're deboosting it, meaning that when you have subscribers and you put up a video, you know your subscribers get a notification?
Yeah.
They're not getting notifications. All right? Our views of my views have gone from, I don't know, 1,500 views a month to like 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're mucking around. Even Apostle Ricard said the same. He said he did a video and it had views, and then the next time he did it, he went on there, the views were lower.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah,
You still be playing with the view counts.
Yeah, they're playing, they're watching us, man.
I noticed when I do. No, go on.
They mess with uploading time as well. Because like sometimes it'll say like 78 hours to put up one video.
Right.
And shit.
Yeah. It's a lot.
On the health, a lot of the health ones I do, I started to watch after the brother mentioned it. They're up, they're going up like they're shooting up, and then the next thing I know, I check it again,
down,
it's gone down, it's gone right back down. I said, wait a minute, they don't like when we talk about the health because they know that if, you know, they're dying, they're dying. And if we get onto that health thing, you understand what I'm saying? We ain't going to be dying out. We're going to be
imbalanced.
we're still multiplying anyway.
Yeah.
But they don't like that health thing, man. I've noticed that.
Exactly.
Yeah, they can't.
Because see, Esau does not want to bring benefit to nobody. He wants to bring something that's going to destroy you. This is why you have the NHS hospitals that are filled up. He likes that, man. Alright, go on.
Jeremiah 51 and 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
Right, it says Babylon is suddenly fallen and is destroyed. In other words, it's going to be destroyed when you least expect it. You saw it in 1 Peter's, 2 Peter's 3. Okay, so America and those that occupy and inhabited America and rule it, they're going to go down to hell. In other words, a lower estate. Go on.
How for her take balm for her pain?
Because what did they use the bomb for? Back in when you read the book of Genesis, what is it? I believe it's 50. Could be wrong on that. They would use the bomb to heal. So you have all of these different patriotic people trying to heal America, trying to bring it back to its good old state. It's not going to happen. That's what this is talking about. Go on.
If so she be healed, we would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country.
And that's what's happening. You have a lot of nations that came to America under the intent to live a better life, and he found out that they're not living a better life. They're actually living a worse life than they did when they were back home. And everybody's going back to their original life. Go ahead. That's happening right now. Prophecy. Go on.
Her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up to the skies.
Right, and it's lifted up to the skies. The sins is talking about the transgressions. And as we always been speaking about for years, Esau, the so-called white man, he is the epitome of sin. They are the epitome of sin. They can't help themselves, man. That's why they like to watch those horror films. They get up on weapons on war. This is what their spirit is into. So when we're trying to expect the good of Esau, it's not going to happen. Oh, there's just only one good white geezer. None of them ain't good. Now, the ones that are good, they probably are people. Okay, or they're of a different nation. Alright? But if they're pure-blooded Edomite, they ain't no good enough. And that's a fact. You know how I know that's a fact? Because I've experienced being around them. Alright, go on, bro.
But the Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our power.
Let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our God. So the Lord is going to show forth his works in these last days and carry these nations up so that this can happen. This is going to be the end all be all of the society. Once this happens, we're going to be in power now. And we're going to be setting the order of the earth in this right place. You're not going to have no people walking around all bugged out their mind, howling like a bunch of animals, alright, prostituting themselves, showing their ass and their vagina all over the place. It's not going to happen. Everything's going to be in complete order. Okay? Anyway, keep going. Alright, yeah, so go back to what you was doing. Like every summertime, right, down here in England, or if you're in America, what do you have? These young girls showing their vagina, showing their ass for the world to see because they're insecure.
Yeah.
And that's all going to be put to a stop.
What's that? Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, will I bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
So what does it mean that he will bring back the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem? In other words, he meant that he's going to take it from off their back. He's going to take it back, the captivity back. And before he does that, he's going to use these nations to go to war. Go on.
And I will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Where's the valley of Jehoshaphat? The valley of Jehoshaphat is in that Middle Eastern region. Give me the book of what's it, man? Revelations 16.
Continue?
Yeah, continue on that, yeah.
Into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people.
In other words, he's going to punish them there for his people. When you look up the word plead, the word there is judgment. The Hebrew word Shabbat, which means judgment.
And for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and they have parted my land.
Right, and part of the land. So the Lord is going to get all of these nations for what they've done unto Zion, which we are Zion. We are the real Israelites that the Bible speaks about. Not those implants in the land of Israel, or Israeli land I call it. They're not the real Jews. Prophecy don't back it, not one bit, not one iota. Okay, so yeah, give me Revelation 16, brother. Give me the verse where it speaks about where the kings of the east were prepared.
Give it a moment, yeah?
You go.
And they have cast lots for my people. And what is a lot? A lot is an auction, no? Alright? And that's how we were sold to our enemies, alright?
Right, and that's another thing too. Can't forget about that, the enslavement of our people. So that's another reason why they're gonna go to war. As we've been saying for the longest time, whatever man sow, that shall he also reap. Because how was the society established? It was established by the blood of the saints. Okay, people had to die for this society to be existent. Great Britain became great because of bloodshedding. So the way it's gonna go down is by the same. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. Revelation 16 and 12, brother. No, you hold that.
Revelation chapter 16, verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates.
Okay.
And the water there was dried up.
And the waters there were dried up. Why was the waters there dried up? And it's dried up to this very day. Why is that? Because you have those war angels that are surrounding that region. Keep going.
And the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
Might be prepared for this war, as we're reading in Joel the 3rd chapter, the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Now, drop that in Revelation 7 now. And that's why this war is brewing within the Middle East. It's getting hot in the East. The reason being is because you have the angels of war that are doing certain things, man, that are working on the minds of those people so that they can engage in battle. All right, go on. So it is evident and it's definitive that a nuclear war is on the verge. See, in our world and our perception and what we see, which is the true perception, is inevitable. All right, this nuclear war is inevitable. It's gonna happen. Most may say, well, it may happen, or we don't know for sure, or we're not certain that it's gonna happen. No, we are certain that this is gonna happen. This scenario is gonna happen. It's gonna play out. And all of these wildebeests that we see around us, they're not gonna be no more dissolved and gone. Okay? So read it up.
Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth,
Right.
holding 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth nor the sea.
Matter of fact, read verse 1 again.
Revelation 7 and 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Nah, that's not what I wanted, man.